You guys were giving a lot of credit to other indies and stuff like that. According to MJF, the only promotion that's doing good is AEW. So
Well, I will say this:
Well, I would say that too
their
if I
ratings
was
are
getting
going
paid
up.
as much as MJF does.
Would you say?
I said I would say that too if I'm getting paid as much as MJF does. But unfortunately, I don't got no wrestling companies in my pocket, so I got to be unbiased.
Well, their ratings are going up. I mean, they did move to smaller venues, but I mean, it looks like sellouts every crowd. Their pay per views are always top notch. So, I mean, AEW does look like they're already moving tickets for All In. So, you know, you know,
yeah, I mean, there's always room. There's always room to grow. I think they still
always.
need to focus on differentiating the divisions a little bit more because we were speaking about this before the show even started. You know, there's nobody realistically who's taking the belts away from Mox, away from Okada, because all the people that we could see really taking them are in the main event scene, are in the AW Championship. So they need to just. I think the real next step is getting real divisions, and because everybody going for every title all the time, it kind of diminishes like what level things are happening.
Work
They
levels.
want they
Yeah.
they want to present everything at the top level, but it's like this past week on Dynamite. If we're talking about WWE's issue with the right message, wrong person to deliver, why is Mike
Mhm.
Bailey outside of the fact that they were in Canada and he's Canadian? Why is Mike Bailey even talking to MJF when it comes to Kenny Omega and their championship match? You needed
Because
him. You needed him to be the mediator, so Kenny could have a heater without having to touch him and lose his championship opportunity. Because MJF
well,
is
there
playing
is
the
storyline behind that.
if you touch me, you lose your shot. But did we need Mike Bailey for that?
There is
See,
storyline behind that because
there is storyline because while when Hangman Page was Trios champion with Mike
yeah.
Bailey and Jet Speed, him and MJF got into a match as well. So that's carrying over to that, and we're probably gonna see Mike Bailey or Jets or Kevin Knight be the next contender if
He already beat Kevin Knight.
The next contender
oh yeah,
for
that's right.
what?
Well, that
For
wasn't that
out
was a, that
I
was a
don't
that
know,
was a
for
Because
the
that's what I'm
championship eliminator match.
eliminator match. It was an eliminator match. So
for
if he would have
for
beat
what
MJF
championship,
For
for
the
the
title.
world championship,
and that's
it was
exactly
a
what I'm talking about. Why is Mike Bailey involved in? We need clear divisions. I think that's the next step for AEW's growth. Why is Mike Bailey in a world championship situation at all? No offense,
Because
he's
he got in
great.
beef.
He's good in the ring, but
Because
he's
he got
young.
in beef with MJF.
yeah.
So
Because
He's
of
been
that
the
happy.
just
whole
He's been
Hangman
happy with
warrants.
MJF.
situation.
So that just warrants world championships.
Well,
If
what they how they
MJF wants to
justified
fight
it
people,
is it
he's
was an
gonna fight
eliminator
people.
match. So if he would have beat MJF, then he would have got a world championship. I like that idea. Like, yo, oh, you think you know what I'm saying? Like,
I get.
I'll give you an
I mean, that
opportunity. If
story.
you
That
can beat me in a
storyline
match,
is
you
as
get a world
that
championship.
storyline is as endless time. You beat the champ, you get an
Yeah,
opportunity at the champ.
yeah.
I get that,
Uh,
but why is Mike Bailey being booked in these situations?
We
It's
just
like
told you why. There's a
just told you.
storyline that he got beef when Hangman Page was the
okay,
trio champion with him.
that's in a situation where he's backing up Hangman Page, who's actively going after MJF. You're the young boy in the stable. Stay in the young boy's place. I don't want to say that, but you're forcing me
How
to
would
say
they?
that
Hey,
because,
he's not a young boy though. If anything, Kevin
bro,
Knight is a young boy in this table.
both of them.
But he had beef with his
Yo,
partner.
bro,
MJF had a match with
y'all forget. We was watching Mike Bailey at HOG unsigned a year ago.
yeah.
So
Before that, he was still had a career.
how is he already world championship material even to scratch a title?
He
It's
had
Well,
like
I
matches
mean,
it's
before
like the
all
I
that
same.
mean, he
time.
lost to MJF, so
I think
maybe yeah.
that's the theme of this episode. Is the right message, wrong person, right?
I don't mind Mike Bailey.
I don't think that he's the wrong person because
Yeah,
you're
that's
trying to make it seem like Mike Bailey's new, but he's been in the the wrestling game for like at least 5, 10 years already, almost seven probably. I would think he's not like some kind of young boy who just debuted like a couple months ago. He actually has some good matches and stuff like that.
To
And he
us,
and some
to
people,
us, to people who have followed, to people who go to indie shows on
But if
TV.
you
This man
but
if
hasn't
that's
been
you
but
just
around like that.
AEW is the
nah
indie crowd though.
yeah even if
AEW
you just
is the king of the indie show. That's basically what it is. 99% of this AEW people that watch is the indie crowd.
Right. And
but
the
even then
topic in this conversation right here was growth and what I see could grow and why everybody shouldn't be going for every belt at every time. That was the whole topic. That was the whole topic, right?
even if you just watch AEW by itself and didn't see any indies, Mike Speedball Mike Bailey has been beefing with him even before the Omega stuff. Like there's always been friction between them, and recently over the last
If
couple of months, there has been in ring friction. That has so like this isn't random. It's like not just like coming out of nowhere. I see what you're saying. That's you don't think that everybody should be fighting for the world championship, but like when you have eliminator matches, I think that justifies it because you have eliminator matches. So he didn't get a world championship matches. He had an opportunity to get a world championship match.
I never said there's no storyline attachment. I never said it doesn't make sense. I never said that he doesn't have a reason to go after him. What I am
Mm-hmm.
strictly saying is you're talking, yes, AEW is the indie crowd, and that's why the viewership remains the same. That's why the numbers remain the same. I'm talking about growth. That's my topic at this point. And a part of that growth was, in my opinion, they need to have strict focus on divisions. Who's in these divisions? Because a person like a Mox or a person like a Okada, we don't see them realistically losing to the people who they have available to them if we're talking about strictly divisions. Everybody can't go for everything every time. So Mike Bailey is not a young boy in our eyes because we know of him. Yes, the AEW crowd is mostly in the aware fans. But if a person who's trying to jump from a WWE because it's getting boring wants to tune into an AEW, they're gonna look at this guy. If they're watched for a couple of weeks, they're not gonna consider him as a Hangman, as a Okada, Mox, Omega. These guys who should be booked on the top level. I don't see.
But
It's
if you
like
don't, but
it's
if you
like
don't give him that
it's
shot at
it's like
MJF,
if
how is he gonna get that growth?
so we would see Spike Dudley get a Intercontinental Championship match if he was.
No, you can't.
It,
You can't compare Spike Dudley to Mike Bailey. Mike Bailey is one of the best wrestlers in the world, and I will defend him.
I'm
Mike
not
Bailey
talking
can
about
go.
talent wise. I'm talking about
He can
positioning in
go.
the group.
Even he's a champion. He's
The
a
third
trio
man.
champion.
So you saw
So
Ted.
no, to your point.
So
To your
Ted
point.
DiBiase Jr. Deserved the
No,
World Championship match when he was in Legacy because he
but
was
to,
surrounding the
but
storyline with
I
Randy.
always wanted, I always wanted him to be part to get a world title shot when he was still, and people didn't like him. I thought he
but
did
to
an
your
amazing
point,
job.
if they are converted from WWE to AEW and you are just watching, Bailey is I mean, Speedball is regularly on TV. He's a trios champion, so it's not like he's just coming out of nowhere or like he's featured on TV and is a champion. So
And then maybe, and you're talking about growth, and it's like Spade Bailey needs that growth too. He needs to lose against MJF so he can get that name, so that people
Right.
can be recognize him.
But when people flick on the TV, like you go to WWE, you know that's the star of the show. That's the guy coming up. Oh, that's another star. That's another star.
mhm.
Oh, he's the guy who needs work. You can easily tell, and they show them in the light, and this is the people you got to watch. In AEW, you can't tell who the stars are directly. Like everybody is mixing
Mm,
with everybody. The new guy who just signed today can have a match with the world champion. That has happened. So it's like, where are the clear divisions? That's what I'm asking for. If you want to grow the product, you got to grow it from the bottom, right? But there's no clear bottom, there's no clear top. Everything is just a circle in AEW where there's certain structures. We hate it. We hated seeing it on Unreal, but it does make sense that they're structuring. All right, these group of people can have fought these group of people, and they can't touch this group because these people at this certain height. These people are the fillers. These people are the people who push the people up. This is the mid card talent. There's jobs. There's a structure you're supposed to do. So if I tune in and I see Mike Bailey is fighting the MJF, and it's like, but this guy is, to me, if I'm a casual fan and I don't know his work and I didn't see him live, like I have seen him live, I do respect you saying he's one of the best professional wrestlers out there. He can go. I've seen it in third row. You feel me? I'm not taking a
Mm.
knock on his shit. It's like clear visibility. You see MJF, you know that's the star. You see Kenny, you know that's the star. You see Mox, you know that's the star. But there's not enough of that in the divisions. And I don't think a Mike Bailey is the right person to be. I'm sorry, but I knew that whole match he was going to lose.
Everybody
I
did.
lost, all right, but I lost interest. Because now, and not only that, that match was 20 something minutes.
It was a good match.
I just sat through the 27 minutes match knowing he was going to lose the whole time.
I think it depends. That really comes. That's the subjective part about wrestling and what you like about wrestling. We all knew that Mike Bailey was going to lose, but to focus the point, now Mike Bailey is elevated in law. Now Mike Bailey might be able to sniff around that. Now is Mike Bailey going to be the world champion? No, but now he can justify for sniffing around there because he went 20 minutes with the world champion. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at that. I feel like
So my final point was, why use a Mike Bailey for a situation like that to heat up when you got other people right there? The wrong person was delivering the promo, but he said the right things. You got
mm,
Randy Orton right here. Why are you focusing on these people who are not holding up the end of the car or are not shining as much as this person? AEW has a lot of people who they just don't focus on. There's a bunch of milk cartons, a bunch of people that we don't. They're just missing, right? Where are the Brian Cages? Where are the heavyweights? Why is
I think
Lance
Brian
Archer?
Cage is
Why is
injured.
Lance Archer still only walking out
Lance
the
Archer's injured
family?
too. Both of them
Like
are injured.
mm,
everything's injury. Everything's injury in
Like
AEW.
it's all injured wrestling. I've been trying to tell you
The shit
guys.
is that shit is terrible at this
I
point.
can't
So it's
think of
like
anybody right now who could probably that would make sense to face MJF
Mike
as
Bailey
a
should
filler card.
Mike Bailey should be
there's
facing.
plenty of people out there.
Like who?
They have a whole top division of people that are going
Like
after
who?
MJF.
Mystico?
That's the group.
You want
Everybody who's
Mystico
a
to fight
star,
him?
everybody who's a star is going after MJF. That's why I'm saying, why is Mike Bailey in that position? He should be, if you want to step him up, put him against Okada, put him against Mox. But realistically speaking,
But
we don't see.
that's
Yeah, I've said it. You love AEW yourself. That came out your mouth, Rich.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
you don't see Mox losing to certain people, to almost anybody. Okada almost loses to anybody, and that's my point. So if we don't see those guys who are not the world champion losing to these people, why is the world champion being wasted on time for people who should be building up to that point?
And I'll tell
but
you
who?
else.
Mike Bailey's jumping over a lot of people who probably should have got a look a long time ago. Why isn't Brody King still in that position?
He is still in that position. That's
He's
what I'm
still in the
saying. Like there
storyline.
are people
He's
that
still
are
in the
going after Rick,
storyline.
and
But
also he also lost. He lost Swerve.
but instead of being engaged with MJF, he was in a triple threat tag team match instead.
But he just
A six
lost.
on
Like
six.
he lost to MJF, and then he went against Swerve, and then he lost against Swerve, and then Swerve went against Omega, and then Swerve lost against Omega. So now Omega's
Right. So the
going
week that
against MJF.
so what you're telling me is the week that I ranted that Brody King should get an opportunity, he got the opportunity. Then when the opportunity came, that was it, and he went back to normal.
No, he had several opportunities.
at the World Championship match outside of the eliminator that he got that at Australia,
He squashed MJF. Then he got the match and he lost to MJF. Then
and
it
then
was him. Then it was him and Swerve to be the number one contender. Then he lost to Swerve. Then Swerve went against Omega. Now Omega is number one contender. So it just doesn't really make sense for Brody to jump right back in there when he just lost his opportunity. Now you push Andrade up there, who's trying to go for that now. Like they have multiple people going after the world champion,
is
so it
yeah,
really doesn't make any sense for Brody to go back after it.
okay.
That's what I'm
That
saying. It,
that's
it
just
only
one
makes sense that
opportunity.
Steve. But that's the thing is like who else that's a face right now that hasn't been beaten by MJF could face him. Mike Bailey. That's it.
That's the problem. There's not enough stars throughout the rest of the division to make it make sense. So I guess we are gonna get the people who are not particularly in that space filling in those roles because of injury.
And that's fine because they got to get that experience, they got to get that elevation and stuff like that. So I feel like Mike Bailey was actually the perfect one. I knew he was. Everybody was knew he was gonna lose, but it's like he needs to get that MJF rub just so he could put that on his resume. Like, oh, I did challenge for the AEW championship at one time. I didn't win, but later down on the line, I could probably get there.
I don't know. I this is the last I'll speak about it because we're stretching this segment a lot. I just think if you're the trios champion, you should be focusing on trios. If you're in the division that you're in the TNT division, you're in the and you're in the Continental, whatever it is, you should focus on that. They shouldn't be cross mingling different divisions, focusing on the world champion. Like
I agree because that's what happened to Kyle Fletcher and basically because he was a trio champion and TNT with Okada and I forgot who else, and
Mark
it's
Davis.
like and Mark Davis, and it's like why are we having double champions for no reason?
there's too many
And
people
it's
on the
like
roster
when you
for
do
that.
it too much,
Let me take that
it
back.
takes the double
There's not too
champion.
many people on the roster. I'm sorry to cut you off. There's not too many people on the roster. There's too many fucking belts, and that's probably the real problem that I need to focus on instead of how they're
No, there's
using the
too many belts.
division. There's too many
There's too
fucking
many belts.
belts. So to
There's too many belts
reconcile
in
the,
AEW.
let's just reconcile it at that because I can
Too many belts.
understand your storyline reasonings for Mike Bailey being involved, but there's too many fucking belts.
Yeah,
Not
for sure.
there's not enough people to fit the divisions. So
Yeah,
you
there's
know what? Answer
too
my
many
own
belts.
fucking question.
Yeah, there's too many belts.
There's too
So
many
For sure.
and then on
belts.
top of that, every time there's a double champion, it makes the being a double champion look normal now. So it's like, oh, now before it was Okada that was a double champion, then it was um Kyle Fletcher being a double champion, and it's like at the same time it's like it's not special anymore. What are we doing now? Then you had Hangman with the trios title as well, trying to go for the AEW title. It was like, why is you going for two titles at the same time?
Not only
Right.
that, like what
Yep.
happened to like champions wanting to reclaim the title they just lost? Like for instance, Jack Perry. Why he never went back for the title after he changed the belt, made it his own? He's never went back for it.
No, he never won. I mean, he's a
Fucking
national champion now.
these guys
He
lose the
wanted a
trios,
different belt.
lose the trios belts, so lose these other belts and move on to another division, move on to another belt. Like it's awkward for me, I guess. I guess I
And
want my wrestling a little bit more traditional, where I can say he's clearly in this division. Can there be people who transcend divisions? Look at what Jey Uso's doing. He touches the main event, but he's also clearly placed back in the tag team division. You know,
It
it's
depends.
it
debatable
makes
now, you
sense.
It's an
know.
individual. Some wrestlers can. Some wrestlers, you know.
I don't know. I just felt like it should have been somebody more, I guess, physically imposing, or like I could believe this guy's would be the next champion.
I mean,
You
they
know,
just
like
lost.
I don't think
They
anybody.
just they
I don't
just
think
lost
anybody should just be scratching
Hobbs.
titles.
I agree.
Like that's my real problem. I don't think just any like even these eliminated matches. If you they're not a bad concept, but you give eliminated matches to anybody.
and eliminate stuff from the competition so that you could focus on whoever is the main contenders for
But you
the
give
pay per
you.
view.
That's what I'm saying. But my choice, the choice that you're picking on, who's getting these eliminated matches, like you, dog, we know believe you was never gonna. That was a never gonna happen. Eliminate a match.
But people just want to see
Yeah,
MJF wrestle. That's to give them a
I'm not
reason.
mad about that. Yeah, I'm not mad about Kevin Knight getting an eliminated match. I'm not mad about Mike Bailey getting that because it elevates them.
You got to
I'm not
put
mad
something
about
on
that.
their resume so that later down on the line it looks like they
Well,
actually done stuff instead of just being in catering all day.
when
And
it
it gives
comes,
MJF a couple more notches on his belt for his record and stuff.
He's actually a fighting champion. It's crazy. This is really
Yeah.
different from his other reign.
when it comes to Kevin Knight, since you mentioned him, um, if he's been dropped in the view of anybody since his debut, that's on how they book him. Because when he debuted with no recognition, like worldwide, he was booked as like the next big thing from the Indies. Like they gave him a lot of shine on his debut and the next couple weeks, showcasing Kevin
Mm.
Knight like instantly in matches with top guys.
Yeah, he beat Okada.
I mean,
So I'm saying,
he's like a three-time trios champion already,
Yeah.
and the current one. So
He's
it's
a
like
future. He
it's
could.
not like they're dropping the ball on him. It's just that they're slowly building him up. They're not gonna just slingshot him to the world title or anything.
and that's exactly my point. They shouldn't just slingshot unless it's somebody who's like, yo, we could see this. He got the total package, everything. Like you just like one of those like Brock Lesnar, we instantly see it kind of things. But you shouldn't just slingshot. And I feel like throwing Bailey in
But
those
there's not that
situations
many
is kind of
people on the
slingshotting.
roster that can do that. That's not
Hmm.
already in a title picture
Yeah,
because there's like you said, there's too many
too
titles.
many
There's the
belts.
national,
There's too many belts.
TNT,
That's really what it is.
there's the continental, there's the international, the national. Like there's all of these belts, and
Yeah, they need to.
everybody's commingling with all of them.
Yeah, they need to definitely eliminate.
And there's too
Like,
many. And the thing is
cadets.
that there's too many people on the milk carton.
Yeah, bro.
Because
There's one,
Where's
two, three,
Wardlow?
four,
Where's
five,
He's
six,
injured.
Wardlow?
seven, eight, nine.
Injured.
He's not injured. He's not injured no more.
That's 10
Oh,
belts in AEW alone, and we're not even counting when the Ring of Honor belts take up time, or the other, or any other promotion belts.
they've separated that though. We don't really see Ring of Honor or AEW too much
See,
anymore. That's really
look how fast
that's like pretty
is
much their own
Hangman's
thing.
not injured right now, right?
Nah, he's just taking time off.
How did Mystico take his place in that trio?
Who? Mystico?
Mystical?
Hmm.
Because they dropped it to the Don Callis family, and then they came back with Mystical and they won it because Hangman didn't want to be trio champion, I guess, no more.
I mean, he was out by that point. Yeah, at that point,
That
shit, he was going fully after MJF.
that's my thing. They throw the random people together. It's the randomness. You throw random people together. You throw them in a storyline that's seemingly important. Then, which was helping Hangman continue his reign or get back to his world title. And then once that shit didn't go through for Hangman, he's no longer caring about his trios. Now there's another person in his place.
Because Hangman is secretly a heel.
Yeah,
Well,
like
You
he's
see what he
Fletch,
did in
always
Dark
been a
Order.
heel.
You see what he did in Dark Order. You see what he did in Jet Speed. He uses people. Hangman is a user. He used
Yeah,
the elite.
he's just like Sami Zayn.
He uses people. I think that's an ongoing storyline with Hangman. He used the elite. He used the Dark Order. He used Jet Speed. He just uses people.
He uses Kenny Omega.
Yeah. No, it's the ongoing thing with him.
so Brian Cage is
Like
injured.
Yeah.
Wasn't he a part of
He's coming back
Gladiators?
though. He's,
Was he
he's coming back.
quarterbacking
No, that
Gladiators?
was just
no,
Wardlow.
that was
Wardlow,
Wardlow.
Wardlow, word.
Brian
The
Cage should be
Wardlow.
back soon though. He just posted some stuff, so he should be back pretty soon.
And Buddy's still injured.
Cool.
Oh yeah,
But
he's
yeah,
definitely
that
not coming back
sucks,
anytime
man.
soon.
Yeah.
He's not coming back anytime soon. He really fucked up his ankle.
Yeah. Yeah, that sucks. He's been injured for a while.
You know who we didn't mention? Should have probably jumped in his place because it would have been better than what he actually did. Chris
Cool.
Jericho finally returned to AEW this week, and
We'll see what
honestly,
happens.
that was the biggest nothing burger of a return.
I mean, that's the wrestler formerly known as Chris Jericho.
Yeah, because it's
It
just
would,
Jericho. He's wearing purple, right?
right.
But
And we're gonna find out why he's back this week.
that was a nothing burger. That was, hey, Chris, we're in
You
Canada.
know why
Pull
I'm
up,
okay with that? It's because they never promoted it. It's not like oh, Chris Jericho's gonna be back next week, and then he just come
right?
out and said that. We weren't even expecting Jericho, so
But
it was like, oh,
They was
but
trying to
see,
pop
but
the
that's
rating at his
somebody.
hometown
That's
crowd.
somebody who should have popped out on MJF on his return. Told him to shut the hell up.
no.
Get the
I love
eliminator match
Jericho.
that you are okay with Mike Bailey getting.
I love
Shooting
Jericho,
Jericho
but
back
no.
into that position
All right, but the thing is with Mike Bailey, he's actually in good storylines prior, and Chris Jericho is like he was the learning tree, and is like that devalued his stock. So now I
Yeah,
feel like he has to build himself back up.
facts. Yeah, I don't want to see Jericho come out and get a world championship. No, no, no.
He
Come
needs to
out
he
there
needs
with
to prove that he's not the learning tree no more. Then maybe we can see where we go from there.
yeah. I'm not opposed to the champion, but like coming back off the rip with the champion after the learning tree. Hell no. It's a hard no.
Nah.
Yeah, it's a
Tommaso
hard no.
Ciampa could debut a month ago and instantly get a championship match and win.
Who?
Cool.
Ciampa.
Oh,
Was
he,
that
he
what
won
he?
his debut.
That's
Yeah,
what
he
I'm
won
That's
his
saying. So
fire.
debut.
I'm like, it's crazy how some people cannot earn anything and it's okay, and like other people is like, nah, you gotta earn that.
Shit, I think the mistake was taking
I
the
mean,
belt
I didn't
off
think I
Ciampa.
didn't think he I didn't think he should have won that belt in his first show either.
I think he should have. I think
I think they should have just ran out a long storyline with it, but they didn't go that route. And then next thing you
But
know, boom, he loses it in what his first defense. It's like, what's the
exactly,
point?
exactly.
AW
What's the point?
AW has a good guy problem. There's not enough
Everybody
good
wants to be
guys.
healed.
There's not enough good guys, and
No, they do.
the ones who are good, are not believable as world champion,
If anything, I think AEW is actually pretty balanced with the good guy bad guy dynamic
as world
to a point
champions.
where to a point where you have a good guy in a stable and the rest of the
Okay,
stable
so
gets screwed.
name your five baby face potential AEW world champions that are not only good but believable as a champion. Five
Will
baby
Darby
Ospreay,
faces.
Allen,
Kenny
Dante
Omega,
Martin,
Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega, Brody Lee.
Bandito.
Ben, he's getting there for me. I like
Nah, come
Bandito, but
on, bro.
he's getting there though.
Man, we could do
He's
this all
getting there.
day. Like, share, subscribe. That's crazy. Said Bandito.
Like,
Who's
you don't
wrong
watch
with
AEW,
Bandito?
bro. You don't watch AEW. You don't watch
Like, come on.
AEW.
I do
You
watch
don't watch
AEW.
AEW.
I know what
Say
Bandito
that
could
good
do.
shit like
How are you not gonna put Bandito
Okay,
not on the
yes,
list?
he can do a rope flip into a German suplex.
it's more than just that. It's more than
Bravo.
just
Bravo. Bro, Bandito as a world
Darby
AEW world
Allen,
champion, that's on your top five? That's on the Mount
I
Rushmore top
I'm
five?
not I'm not putting Darby.
Bro,
I like
who said
Darby Allen,
Mount
but I'm
that's
not putting
Rushmore?
him.
Who said
I
right now?
I said right now, top five.
Top five
Top
right
five
now. Bandito
baby
would be part of
faces
it.
that you would see as an AEW world champion right now.
Who
Two of them
said
are not baby
Darby?
faces.
So
Who?
take them off your list.
Two of them are not baby
Because
faces. I have three.
I said AEW has a good guy problem. You said no, they're well balanced. So I said name five baby faces that you can see as AEW world champion right now.
All right, I got four. Mox, Osprey, Omega, Brody.
Mox is not Mox is
Yes,
not
he
a
is.
good
You don't
guy.
watch
He
AEW.
is a
You
good
don't.
guy. He
You
is
know,
a good
He's
guy.
an
is that,
anti-hero.
that's the ill dynamic
That's
of the
still a
Death
good
Rider.
guy.
I
He
don't
is,
watch.
and
I don't
everybody
watch.
else is
He's an
saying you don't watch
anti-hero. You
AEW.
don't understand definition. He's an anti-hero. He just put Will
He's
Ospreay,
still
your baby face, in a fucking steel chair.
Who's still
Put
getting
his
cheered?
neck. Put his
Who's
neck
still
in
getting
it.
cheered? Moxley comes
It's
out.
not a
Moxley gets
bro.
popped.
What is the definition of
And
an
then and then
anti-hero?
and then, and then hold on,
What
hold
is
on.
the
And because
definition of an anti-hero?
he stopped Claudio Castelloni from stomping
We
on
we
Will
have to
Ospreay's neck.
we have to put like power to words and what they mean. What is an anti-hero? A person who rides the fence of good and evil, correct? So
And
he's
that's what
not a
John
baby
Mox is
face.
doing.
He's not a baby face. The Punisher is not a good guy. The Punisher kills people. He kills the right people is the difference. But he's still a killer. You know what I mean? I'm saying, do I gotta say white meat
You're
baby
right.
face for you guys to
Yes.
understand what I say? Baby face?
They really don't really have too many white meat baby
And
faces. There's really not too many white
AEW
meat baby faces anywhere.
and AEW has a good guy problem. Thank you. Thank you. You
Their
don't have
their
to you
closest
don't have to say I
their
don't
closest
watch
white.
something to know
But
what the
if that's the
definition of
case,
something is.
even if that's the case, we can look at all of wrestling. What you got, Cody as a white meat baby
What?
face. You got Cody.
Sami
You got
Zayn.
Kenny Omega.
Cody, LA Knight, Sami Zayn not
LA Knight is
anymore.
not a white meat baby face. Stop it. Stop it.
He's not a white meat babyface.
No, LA
What's
Knight.
the last bad thing he did? What is the last
LA
bad
Knight is a
thing he
white
did?
meat baby
What
face.
is the last bad thing he did?
My man showed up on
What
IShowC3
what
and threw
is
him through the camera. Who the
why?
fuck is a white meat
Why?
baby face?
Why? Why he did that?
He's not a white meat baby face.
Why
LA
did he
Knight is
do
not a white meat
that?
baby face. All
You
right,
gotta answer
he's
the
not a white meat baby
questions.
face.
Don't
No,
pan body me. Don't filibuster me. Why did he hit speed?
because he's getting his receipt from what happened. But I'm
Receipt.
going by your
Receipt.
definition. I'm going by your
Receipt.
definition. LA Knight is not a white
Receipt.
meat baby face because he rides the line too.
I
LA
said
Knight
baby
will ride the
face.
line if he has to.
I said baby face. I said, do I have to say white meat baby face for you guys to swerve to baby face? Focus said yes. But I said
LA Knight is
baby
not a white
face.
meat baby face.
He's a baby face.
So
He's
like
a
I
He's
was
baby
a
saying,
face.
so like I
he's
said,
a
Darby
tweener.
Allin,
He's a tweener.
Dante Martin,
Darby Allin is more of a baby face than LA Knight.
Eddie Kingston,
I would say
Turk.
they're on equal footing. I would say
I'm
they're
not
on
gonna
equal
say Eddie
footing.
King. Eddie Kingston's not a white meat baby face. A real
Darby
white meat
Allin
baby.
does bad shit, but he does not do it in evil. He does it in receipt.
I think if we're talking about white meat baby faces, the only two real white meat baby faces I can only think of is Cody Rhodes and Kenny Omega. Those are the only two white meat,
See,
clean.
the crazy shit is now you're focusing on baby faces when I said white meat baby faces, but you couldn't get the concept when I just said a straight up baby face. So now,
And then you said LA
forget the
Knight, and I
white meat.
disagreed.
Forget the white meat and the children and all
Okay.
this shit. Just a good guy. He's a straight up good guy. Has not done nothing bad. LA Knight
LA
is
Knight
a
is a
baby
tweener.
face.
Tweener.
When's the last
Tweener.
time he did something bad? Answer that
He's a
question.
tweener.
When's the last time he did
He's a
something
tweener.
bad?
His whole
I
attitude,
can't think of
his whole
When's the
anything.
last time he did something bad, Rich? Because you don't watch WWE. If you're gonna accuse me of AEW and not watching shit because of my opinion or something, you don't watch WWE because he hasn't done
because you're
anything. He hasn't done anything antagonistic since he was in the Maxim Male model brand shit. That's four or
LA
5
Knight.
years.
LA Knight's whole character, his whole persona is an in-betweener. His whole thing is a tweener.
When's the last time he
And
did
that's, and
something
that's my
bad?
opinion. He's always in between. He'll do the right thing when he needs to, and he'll also do the bad thing when he needs to. For me, LA Knight, I look at him as a tweener. So I'm not going to characterize
I
him as a
can't.
tweener.
He hasn't done anything. Mox is the biggest tweener of history because this week he'll do the right thing for the better good of AEW. Then next week he's demolishing people trying to kill their careers because he thinks they're a threat. That is an anti-hero. That's somebody playing both sides of the fence. LA Knight hasn't done anything bad. Everything he's ever done in the last 4 years have been retaliatory. They have been whipping this boy out for 4 years. And that's facts. First it was Bronson in a major way. Then it was they just took him out. He just came back. The Vision, right? The rest of the Vision.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm.
bro, come like, nah, son. But they have a babyface problem. That's what it is too. There's no real good guys to stand together in AEW.
Yeah.
Because
I personally
let's look
don't.
at where they did Team
I personally don't
AEW
believe in Darby Allin
versus
as a world champion. That's me personally.
I don't either.
I don't.
But
I don't.
he
I don't. I
but
don't.
but him being put in the situation that Mike Bailey was, I would have believed that would have been more believable to me. Because I would have been like, wow, I don't see him as a champion. Darby Allin's gonna do whatever the fuck it takes to make sure he wins this match. He'll put himself through 5-story building to make sure he gets the pin. You know what I mean? So it's a
Mm.
difference. If you take all the hardcore shit he does out, you stand them next to him and Mike Bailey together, they're the same kind of generic, you know. And I'm not saying as far as skill in the ring, appeal, visual, it's the same shit.
Is that who Pat McAfee was talking about? Five dudes doing 45 minutes in the ring.
I don't know. That was throwing shots that I couldn't even pick up, to be honest. But yeah, going through their roster, I see more anti-heroes and more um straight up heels than I see any good guys.
I
Because
can definitely give you that. Yeah.
even our good guys in AEW have had heel fucking runs. Kenny, fucking, I'm not gonna add you, Keith. I'm sorry.
That's everybody though. That's everybody.
No, but I'm saying like there's no pure like there's a real lack of just this guy's a good guy.
Of
You know what I
this.
mean?
Yeah. No. No. I would
Like,
definitely say yeah.
Like
ironically,
John
Absolutely.
Silver.
Dustin Rhodes is probably their only guy who's been good since before AEW was even a thing.
No. I'll definitely give you that. They're more of tweener in between guys than just straight up baby faces when AEW. There's more clear cut heels and in betweens than there are baby face. That's for sure. I'll definitely 100% give you that. Yeah, yeah.
Which, like I said, it's not necessarily a problem, but we probably need more to up that balance. If especially if we want people in positions where it's like you're trying to heat up the crowd for this heel, especially
But to me,
on the world championship level. We need more straight up good guys that
And
can
that's why we have Mike Bailey
contrast
there.
that.
but I do kind of like that.
That's
I
why
don't
we
know if
have
that's
So
the
Mike
best
Bailey.
choice. That's the point.
Mike
Where
Bailey, we have
We'll
Kevin
give you
WWE
Knight.
that.
We got Mike Bailey, we have Kevin Knight, we got the Cope, we got, in my opinion, Max Caster, the best wrestler alive, and we got Keith Lee, who's on the no carton.
Yeah, you're looking at the
Yeah.
roster. I'm looking at the roster too.
I forgot all about Keith Lee.
And that's basically it. If you want to include Johnny TV, I guess
I,
sure,
He's
maybe
not even on. He's on the
Orange
roster.
Cassidy, maybe Orange Cassidy, and
they
that's basically it.
Johnny
or,
TV
or
had to go
And
to
Roger
another
Strong.
company to get a storyline.
yeah, Johnny's. I forgot he was even in AEW.
That's what I'm saying.
Orange Cassidy. They just kind of push Orange Cassidy down the card. But when they are heating Orange Cassidy up, he can't be. But I like Orange Cassidy, but I believe him going after the world
You know what?
championship. I don't
That's your
believe him
white.
as world champion.
There goes your white meat baby face right there. Orange
Keith
Cassidy.
Lee
Orange Cassidy, maybe.
Orange
Yeah, Orange
Cassidy is the.
Cassidy.
If you want to talk about white meat baby face, Orange Cassidy. Like
and Lee Johnson
Focus used to say, he's the John Cena of AEW, character wise.
It's
and
an
Mark
interesting
Briscoe
perspective.
too.
I don't think Mark Briscoe will ever be heel now. Yeah, Mark Briscoe is he's a pretty straight baby face. Yeah, he's a but I mean, not Mark Briscoe can compete for the world champion. I don't know if but I'm just trying to answer AJ's question. I don't know if I 100% believe in Mark Briscoe being a world champion, but that's just my opinion.
You
I
know it's
don't
gonna
completely
happen
believe in
eventually.
Darby Allin being
It's
world.
gonna happen eventually. You know for
If
sure.
Mark
Tony Khan
Briscoe
gonna book
becomes
that.
champion, world champion, before Eddie Kingston, we riot.
I
We
like Eddie
riot.
Kingston.
Because
I
you're
like
not
Eddie
gonna have
Kingston.
this bum, guy who looks like a bum because he's great, and not give the king of bums the championship, bro.
I mean, but this guy who looks like a bum is featured on TV more often than the King of Bums.
I ain't gonna hold you though. Like I like Eddie Kingston, and he really does blur the line, but like between shoot and work. But like you was gone for mad long, and like bro, you know this better than anybody. You know wrestling is an aesthetic place. Like you ain't put on no muscle, like not even a little bit, like nothing, bro. Like
He
nobody telling you to come out looking like Brian Cage, but goddamn, my dude, like come on,
that, that's it.
something.
I don't think Bailey fits the aesthetic of the
He,
position they're
he
trying to
doesn't.
give
He
him.
doesn't. He doesn't. He doesn't.
That's really what it
It might in the
is.
future.
Look at MJF's first one. He'll even say he didn't really even fit the. He kind of did, but now MJF now that's your world champion. You know what
Look
I'm
at
saying?
Swerve when
I
he
like
first
Eddie
came by.
Kingston, but he got to fix his body up a little bit because he is mad believable. He can
Swerve,
go,
Swerve
but
was skinny. Swerve was skinny when he first started getting popular, and look, now he got all the muscles now.
the Swerve was more believable.
They
He was
gotta
always
give him
believable though.
they gotta
He was
give him
always
that
believable.
Grayson Waller rub. I'm trying to tell you guys. He
MJF
gotta
was
start
always
somewhere.
believable. Swerve was always believable. I like Darby Allen, but Darby Allen, I ain't gonna hold you. He got to put on a little bit more weight. But like as far as everything else, he his wrestling, his promos, he's believable. But for me personally, Darby Allen got to put on a little bit more weight. For
So
you to be the world
my thing
champion,
is like
you got to put on some muscle.
so with that being said, why isn't Truth Magnum going for the world title if he because he got the muscles and he's a white meat baby face.
So the rumor mill is saying that he's actually about to come out of retirement. That they're gonna drop him from being a GM. Paul Heyman's gonna take over, and that he's gonna come back and wrestle. I don't think that's gonna happen before
What does that
WrestleMania.
got to do with Truth Magnum and Turboy Floyd being AEW
My
champion?
bad. I thought you was talking. My bad. I thought you were talking about Nick Aldis. I don't know why I thought you were talking about Nick Aldis.
No, Truth Magnum and Turboy
I laughed
Floyd,
instantly, like,
pure white meat baby face. They got the guns. Why not? They're the youngest men on the
the
roster.
70s. That was-
I mean,
That's why. But
I
they do.
mean, you know,
They
I'm sure
should.
champion of down south, dirty south wrestling in the night of summer of 1985. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You
Yo.
know what? You know what? Truth Magnum, Turboy Floyd, one of them had to be AEW champion in 2027.
I
That's what needs
mean,
to
Listen,
happen.
they'll only be 29 by then, so I guess it could happen.
well, from what I gather, anyone can be an AEW world champion. All right? And we'll leave it on that note because we could definitely do this all day.
Even Matt Sydal,
No, not Matt Sydal. But we can do this all day.
even the greatest wrestler alive. Let's go, Max. He's the
I don't know
best
about all
wrestler
that.
alive.
But
Yeah, you're
Let's
right.
go, Max.
before we
Legally,
carry
he's a
on for another hour and a half, like, share, subscribe, find us on all social media platforms, everywhere you get your podcast, because we're gonna probably keep arguing this shit down until well off the air. So find us all at Kayfabe Avenue, everywhere you get your podcast. Like, share, subscribe, and join the TikTok. Um, WrestleMania in 2 weeks. Kayfabe Ab will be there, and stay tuned for more coverage.